Welcome to the Tone Jerks Podcast. I'm your host, Brian Gower, and with me today we got
Kyle McIntyre.
Kyle McIntyre, everybody. Kyle, what is new in your world? What is shaking? What is grooving? What is good?
Oh, man. So glad you asked, Brian. like every week.
Yeah. 129 episodes.
I wasn't going to say that this time. I'm going to say it still.
Yeah.
I'm a bastard.
Yeah.
Ain't I a bastard?
Ain't I an asshole?
No, that's different.
That's what he would
Bugs Bunny is, ain't I a stinker? Like,
ain't I an asshole? Did you slurp your beer? Like,
yeah.
Nothing but foam.
Yeah. So my backyard has been covered in weed. Oh, yeah.
Oh, fuck, man. It's 420 all year, baby.
Yeah. I stocked up for quarantine, you know, and it wasn't leaving. No.
Best buds, bro. Okay.
No, so I got a weed whacker. I got a new one. Yeah. So
I've been whacking it.
Fuck. Yeah.
All right.
No, so I bought one like 2 months ago, and it sucked. It was absolutely horrible. It hardly ran. It actually melted the cord that I plugged it up to. It's so bad. It was so. I have to throw that. I'll probably have to cut that cord and put a new end on it because it melted the end where it plugged into.
Was it just a piece of shit that you bought before?
It was like a Black & Decker. So yeah, I guess it wasn't.
Are they not known for being good?
I mean, they're just like entry level, you know. So I decided to step it up.
The Behringer of weed whackers.
Yeah, and they used to be good because I used to have an old one that was great.
Yeah, but
it's old, and I'm like, I'd rather just get a new one, and I got a new one. It sucked dick. So I got a still. It's like our steel. I think it's called steel. It's like I don't know where they're from, but they make a lot of really good. I mean, we're talking about weed whackers here.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah. But it's really good.
It's really good. No, I got an electric one. I didn't want to have to deal with gas. You know, because if you have gas, you might as well just pour it on the weeds and light them on fire. You know?
Yes. Southern California fires.
No, it's
probably not a good idea.
Stricken
from the record.
Yeah, well, I didn't say anything. So dude, it was great. I took down it just obliterated these fuckers.
Yeah, it looked like Field of Dreams back then. How big they were.
Whack it, and they will.
Yeah.
Whoa.
End it. We're done. The podcast is over.
Pack it up.
We're done.
I didn't know where I was going with that one. So, yeah, it was great. Made short time, and I went back and I mowed over it. And so they're weeds, right? I'm probably have to go back and kill all these things when they come. But they basically
you should just round up the whole thing.
This
is boring talk, but yeah, I've at my parents' house. Spent a couple Saturdays just pulling weeds.
Oh, that's right. Your dad's into pulling.
Yes, because it's they're gonna come back, so you got to get them from the root. And so I would pull them, and sometimes you don't always get them. And then I could see my dad. My dad's from across the yard. He's like, "Did you get it? You fucking get the root on that one." I'm like, "God damn it! I'm trying to listen to the used, not you." Used.
Take.
Yes,
take it away.
Mm-hmm. In Love and Death.
Yeah,
great. I liked In Love and Death more than the first one.
Brothers and sisters, I'm pulling weeds. my back is sunburned. I'm right there with you.
Exactly. And I obviously wore my fucking Beta, and I'm out there, got sunburn. But yeah. But yeah, I'm pulling weeds is my thing. That takes way longer than just whacking them.
Oh yeah, I went to fucking town on those things. But as I'm blasting these fucking weeds, I'm seeing all the seeds shoot across
they're
the
going
yard.
Over. It's
over the fence.
We will be avenged. That's the thing with pulling weeds.
Yeah.
You got to make sure you do it from the base and you don't spread the seeds because that's the whole point. They're going to come back.
Yeah, we don't want to spread our seeds. So.
Yeah, I don't. You maybe, I don't know.
No, I just don't want anything to come of it. You know?
Yeah. Damn, this is good stuff.
No, it's not.
These are stupid jokes, but yeah. I guess we're a music podcast. So, pulling weeds, whacking weeds. But you made some progress.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
So I spent I think probably an hour or two just doing that. And
it's you're like Kevin McAllister up in here. It's like, it's my house. It's my yard. I have to protect it.
Yeah. Well,
you're just like with your weed whacker.
So the weed whacker has this I don't know why. It's not a train, but it's like a dead man's switch on it. Where you have to hold it in it's like a safety switch. You have to hold it a certain way, and then your finger wraps around, and then you pull the trigger. But you have to squeeze it in a certain way. And so I spent 2 hours operating this thing, and I went to do something with my hand, and my hand uncontrollably, my right hand, uncontrollable shaking. I could not stop it from shaking.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, so just relax it.
I need to put that to use.
Yeah, just what I've been waiting for. Just need to pay $120 for this thing.
Anyways,
yeah,
but
a lot of bad jokes.
These are dumb jokes, but they're funny. They make us chuckle.
But I had it felt like nerve damage because of the vibration, running it, and the constant squeezing.
Well, I mean, I'm sure they have that so it doesn't constantly run. Because if you had an on-off switch, you're like, oh, cool, this is
there's a trigger on all of them
stuck in there,
they're
or
just a regular trigger.
I don't know, but
but it had a dead man's
totally
if you die just then it stops on a train. If the person has a heart attack, they fall over, the train just coasts.
Yeah,
and then the brakes get applied by a computer. It's that's. I don't know why. It's electric too. It's not it's gasoline. It's
heavy machinery
water
here
on it. It won't stop running.
Yeah.
So I fucked up my wife had to massage my forearm. It's been 2 days of that.
Really?
Because the first day it's it was kind of tender, and I couldn't tell where it was actually hurt, where it was damaged.
Yeah.
And then
I've been working in the fields all day.
Yeah.
I need my baby to bring me back to health.
Oh man, I don't know how my ancestors did it. So she had to bring my arm back to health. Basically, it hurt so bad. Maybe this isn't because of the mower. Maybe because I haven't done anything. Okay, I'm thinking that too. It's how rough was that really to hold that thing and hold the weight of the thing and move it around and the move? I don't know.
Grip strength. Something you should be working on.
I'd love to have some grip strength.
I have one of those grip master things.
Yeah.
That people say because it was years ago they sold that to be oh yeah, you can get better at guitar by doing this. Grip master was a thing where it had spring pressure and different pressures or whatever. From medium, heavy, or whatever.
Yeah.
To and they had different finger pads for each individual finger and the thumb, so you can squeeze it together and kind of
yeah.
And then people were saying you don't need strength to play guitar.
You need agility. You need dexterity.
Mm-hmm. And you need to kind of that muscle memory. So the more if you your hands are stronger, they're gonna be slower. And that could be bad for arthritis and stuff like that. And I'm but they're gonna be stronger though.
Yeah.
So I keep doing it. Well, yeah, because I'm what the hell is the matter with having more grip strength? And people are it's not gonna help with guitar playing, but I'm because a friend of mine is grip strength doesn't help with guitar, but I'm yeah, but it makes you stronger. Who wouldn't want to have stronger grip strength? So fuck it.
You don't have to use you don't have to go from 0 to 100.
Yeah, it's why the hell do you do bicep curls? It's because you want to be stronger.
Glamour muscles.
Yeah, you want to be fucking grabbing the 45s.
Yeah.
You gonna grab the 35s, which are fake 45s? No. You're gonna grab 45s.
Fake 45.
You might be cool with grabbing 25s, but I'm grabbing 45s.
Give me a 40 ounce. I'm more about that.
Oh my God. We're back.
Rock that 40 ounce.
We're back, baby.
Yeah, I don't know why I did it. It felt like chop this fucking thing off. What did I do?
I don't even need this hand. Give me a...
I'd rather not deal with the pain.
Give me a Skywalker
I guess it wasn't that bad. It just felt like I was being crippled slowly. It's one day it hurt, and the next day hurt the worst, and it's the third day is oh!
This is what 31 is?
Yeah.
My body's already giving up on me.
Yeah, my birthday at the end of the month.
See you later, Kyle. We're leaving.
Dang.
See you in the afterlife.
Yeah. So,
but yeah,
I guess it's not a super exciting story, but
that's cool. We
like
wasted 10 minutes on it.
something that was like super like, oh yeah, I'll weed whack, and then like,
No, I mean, I think a lot of people are doing like yard work,
yeah,
and tending to the garden and prunings and stuff like that. And it can be a bitch. Let me tell you.
yeah. So with that, I mean, I'm back to normal, I guess, with my arm, but I got some parts in for that Telecaster.
Yeah, so you're building another guitar. So if people haven't been following along,
come on, people follow along like on the edge of their seat.
So you got a walnut body,
Yeah,
from Warmouth or whatever, but you bought it used or whatever, and it's kind of the hell's the body shape? It's Cabernita.
Yeah, it's Cabernita. So just came across it on Reverb. I'm like, fuck.
So basically, you had that. You got that first, and then everything else is building upon that.
Yeah. As I turn to look at the guitar itself, I installed the bridge. So I think we talked about it last time.
I think we were talking about the struggles and finding one, but you didn't end up deciding on one. Which one did you get?
I got a Schroeder.
Yes.
Half bridge. So it's not the modern style bridge with the 6 saddles. But they're still nice. They're compensated.
Yeah.
So they still have groove. I mean, it shouldn't be too bad.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But it actually worked. The look too looks really good. That sounds really stupid. The look looks really good.
The look looks a look.
It fits it, I think.
So it's a walnut body, and you're kind of keeping that look of walnut. So it's kind of that darker wood. It has the grain on it and stuff like that. And you kind of just did like what kind of finish did you? You just oiled it?
I just oiled it to see what it would look. It looked really dry when I pulled it out of the box.
Dry.
It's super dry.
Yeah.
And so I oiled it. And I didn't know what I was going to do when I got a neck, but I did get the neck in the mail. It arrived.
But the bridge for people, it's gold.
Yeah, so I'm going for gold hardware.
And then you got like a Cabernita like black pickguard.
Yes.
So you're kind of going for walnut, gold, and black look.
Yeah,
on this,
which is kind of weird. I think we've talked about how I hated gold hardware.
Yeah, the Schroeder. Yeah, I mean, we go back on shit all the time.
It's fine. We'll talk shit, but
we're liars.
We love lying.
Yeah, that. Yeah, it's a cool idea. You've messed with it and kind of like pieced it together on your your phone app or whatever.
Yeah, I designed it.
Okay, this can kind of work. So Cabernita, so with gold and black accents on all the stuff.
So I'm gonna go with some Filtertrons also.
Yes, so kind of that Cabernita.
Fill out the look, come on.
Kind of the Cabernita style, and
also gold.
Yeah, low output, and so you're gonna go gold plating or whatever, gold accents on those.
Yep.
And I dig that. Filtertrons, low output.
Yeah.
It's going to be cool. Do you want to say?
Yeah, I guess I could.
Yeah.
I'm getting them done through Brandon Wound Pickups. He killed it on the pickups I put into the Seafoam Strat.
Yeah, the Super Strat kind of deal. He did like his take on some hotter DiMarzio style super distortions or whatever.
They're great. I love using that guitar to do like my 80s sound. Oh man, it's so great. I should try to do it with the Squire, but it has a hardtail, so it's like I loved it. I don't know. I'm still learning to play guitar. I think everyone is, but
work in progress. Yeah,
still learning when to use the trim and when to like stop. Yeah. I listen back. I'm like, wow, I was really wailing on that thing. Like,
but yeah, no. So far, good stuff with Brandon Wound.
Definitely.
So you're going with him for Filtertrons. And then gold, so it's gold accents all around so far.
Yeah, and I got, so I mentioned a little bit earlier, but I got the neck in just yesterday. Put it all together, just put the body and the neck together, and goddamn, that neck is probably the best neck I've ever purchased, and it's also a Warmouth neck.
Yeah, so it's another Warmouth neck.
And it's not my traditional neck. Usually I go only maples, I don't...
roasted maples and stuff like that too.
Because they're like solid one-piece maple, either roasted or tinted or just...
Yeah, the roasted ones are good because it's like kind of gets all the, I don't know, all the moisture out of there, I guess.
Yeah.
And then You don't need to really finish them. But this one you bought, and it was kind of like their B stock or whatever. Their in stock.
It's a showcase.
The showcase
That's
stuff.
what they call it, showcase. I don't know if it was returned or anything.
I'm sure it was probably something built that they were like, this is what we can do. Or somebody ordered it, and they're like, well, let's put it on there.
So I was just scrolling through the showcase section, and I saw a neck that was walnut. I was like, okay, that's getting me right there. It had a maple fretboard. I was like, okay, that's kind of interesting. So it's a dark headstock.
Dark neck.
So yeah, dark neck. So it continues all the way down, obviously. Dark neck, dark headstock with a light fretboard. And I was like, that kind of, it grabbed my attention. And when I looked into the description, it had stainless frets.
Nice.
Like, okay. Yeah. It had a graphite neck nut already installed from Graphtec. I'm like, okay, well, ding ding.
And it's black, so it fits the aesthetic.
Yeah, and it is super high gloss, which I didn't realize how glossy it was. Yeah. I saw it was glossy in the picture, but
it's like really finished and shiny. And I'm like, that's cool.
It is awesome.
When you I'm like, you showed me a picture of it and like a little video. I'm like, look good. And then when I came here and played it in person, I'm like, this feels awesome.
You played it already?
And by like played it, I mean like air guitared it. When I air guitared it, yeah. But it feels comfortable on the hand and like the stainless frets. So like it's just something that's like, oh, it's a lot of like upgraded features that you would want that's already built into the neck. So they sold it,
It's a good price actually.
Good price, but yeah.
Because I know usually when you go and do like a custom neck and then you like, well, I need to put a clear coat on it. I don't really want to do this, and it's like $200 more. You're like,
yeah.
So
you're like, oh, that doubled real quick.
Yeah. So, and it's a bird's eye maple fretboard too.
Yeah, and I noticed that
I've
too.
never
So
owned
like
before.
the one like, oh, so it's a really nice wood.
It matches the. So I got to figure out how to do the body and make it glossy. So we'll see.
Yeah, and with the gold accents of like the hardware and stuff like that, it's becoming one of more, it's not finished yet, but it's going to be one of, more bougie looking guitars that you own. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I have more hardware coming in.
Like I could see you looking at me like, what'd you get? You're winding up. Gonna deck me as I'm saying. It's gonna be a fancy one. It's gonna be the pinky out kind of guitar.
Definitely.
But it's like, you're going to have to play it. But it's going to be like a fancy looking guitar.
Yeah. And
it's going to be really cool.
I've never really given, I guess, Filtertrons a try or like listen to see how they're different or what they even are. I just know I wanted them for this guitar. I think because it fit aesthetically.
Yeah.
And I don't own them. So I'm like, let's adventure into that. Because, I mean, I've done that with the P90 on the Meteora. I think I'm just trying to fill out all these sounds that I don't have. Which was all the sounds.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah. I don't think you're going to dislike that. I mean, Filtertrons are like low output.
Yeah.
It's going to be clear. It's going to be kind of more chimey, and that's kind of what you want because you can always kind of take that away, but you can't add it back in without it kind of being more piercing and stuff like that. So I think it'll be cool. I'm looking at like it on the wall of like the projects, and it's further along than some of the others.
I know, which is stupid.
Very cool. But yeah, no, I would be stoked. So we'll try to post a picture because you took a couple videos, so maybe we'll do something in the group too.
Yeah,
but it's it's coming along. It's gonna be sick.
It's so glossy that the burn mark they put when they put their stamp on the neck was like, it looked like water, like because it was like so thick of a coating.
I've never played a neck that glossy.
We'll see how it goes because sometimes when like your hand gets sweaty, it gets stickier. But whatever. It's like I'm probably only going to use it here for studio stuff.
Yeah,
studio stuff. We
could play it live. I don't know.
Oh,
well, we'll eventually.
Okay. And I got a Gun Street harness in the works actually too.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've said it before many a time, but you have a lot of really cool guitars. So, anyways, but yeah.
That is my what's new. What's new with you?
Let's see. So I sold a few things.
Oh shit.
The boring one, small one, out of the way first. But it's cool because I've had it up for months. Grover Gold tuners.
What? You had those?
Remember the ones that were on that the telly that you have? The ones that were on there first. They were not good looking. They're Grovers.
Yeah.
And I was just like, they're gold. Wasn't a fan of those, and just I like no. So I'm like, I'm holding on to them. I know you like to hold on to shit, but I'm like I said, I've been in the mood of just getting rid of stuff. I had them on there, and I'm like on OfferUp, Craigslist, and Reverb, and I just for months, probably 4 or more months, and nothing until I put them I have them for $15 and plus like $10 shipping.
Yeah,
just to cover like the flat rate or whatever. And then somebody offered me like $12 with the $10 shipping. I'm like, sold.
Yeah.
It's like just to get rid of it. I'm like, yeah, get it. I mean, it's been in a drawer and I will never, ever use them. They're all kind of decrepit and rusted looking and shitty. I'm like, that's one thing I don't like about gold is that it can wear away and not look fancy real quick. But
thanks for telling me that. Jesus Christ, I'm a little deep in this one.
Yeah. We've already discussed why I don't like gold. But yeah, anyway, it went off, and I'm like, got by the end of it, $16.
Woo!
And I was like, yeah, that's enough to buy like some beers and some Cheetos or whatever.
Oh shit!
You're like, damn, dude, you got my attention again.
You like the baked ones, the baked Cheetos?
Yeah, they're all right. Crunchy's the OG.
Yeah.
That's the best one.
They're super crunchy though.
That's the best one. The baked ones?
Yeah, the baked ones are super crunchy.
I've only tried the baked puffs.
Oh, not the baked puffs.
They're fine. Oh, the white cheddar ones are good too.
I haven't had those.
They're fine. I like them.
But you don't like the flaming hot Cheetos, right?
They're fine. I'm not a huge that's like a lot of people stake their flag and like I'm a flaming hot Cheetos guy.
Yeah.
Or I'm a flaming I'm a flaming hot Cheetos kid. That's what it was.
Oh.
And it's like, yeah, crunchy. I'm still crunchy.
For me, I'd have to wear like a glove when I eat them because my fingers turn like
red,
and then like you're like, oh, well, let me get some of that off, and you're only halfway through your bag.
And then you're licking more,
and then you stick it, and now you have like it's now staining, it's now pushing from the surface of your skin into your skin.
Yeah, it's now.
And I'm the idiot who would like, oh, well, my eye itches. Let me just get my. No! Yeah, fuck, I've done that. You're like, what is wrong with my eye?
Kyle, you're fucking 31 years old. Can you stop?
It's been a while since I've had them, I guess, but I remember that being the thing. It's like you wash your hands and it's still there. You're like,
I think we've already talked about it. But it's like, remember the like flaming hot Cheetos and people would put nacho cheese on it and just eat it.
Yeah.
And that was like at school. I would see people with that everywhere, and I was never cool enough to ask them like, "Where'd you get that?"
Yeah,
because they didn't have it at like everywhere.
It wasn't in the food court. They sold it in like a classroom.
Yeah, you had to be
ASB. Like they had like their own little entry, and then like a desk, and you could like it was like a weird because you go buy like your yearbook there, and that they sold food there too.
Yeah, you had to like be in the know to get there.
You had to like knock on the door 8 times, and then
Yeah. But anyway, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, so he got that sold, and then the guy like said like killer deal, thanks bro, and gave me 5 stars. So that was on Reverb. So just get something out. And a little bigger high ticket item, I am trying to go with the X8 fractal unit, which is like the one that has like the effects, the amps, the cab sims, and all that stuff like that, XLR outputs.
The full spread.
Yes, I'm trying to go that route when we start playing again, whenever that might be. I'm trying to use that with an FR powered cab just so that I can hear it, and then front of house will get XLR output from my X8 so they get the cab sims and all that type of shit. It's a completely different rig than what I've been running, pre-COVID.
Pre-COVID.
It is pre-COVID.
It's like pre-war.
But
pre-COVID, it's a different time.
So I want to go the powered cab route.
Okay.
And I'm going to go like a powered cab either from Matrix, maybe Line 6 or whatever, because they have a lot of features. But I'm like, I don't know, I'm probably going to go Matrix just because I don't know, a little different.
It's a good
franchise. Yeah, it's a good brand. Yeah. Matrix 1, good. And
2 was okay. 3, they lost it.
You just waste your life.
But necessary for the storyline. You had to get through it.
I never watched Matrix 2 or 3. I liked 1 a lot.
Yeah, 1 was good.
It was just like when they're when they're doing a slow mo, like dodging bullets. Smack my bitch up. I don't even know if that's the song.
Probably not.
I think it probably is. To me, it sounds like it would be.
I think it was in there, but it wasn't the
smack my bitch.
It's not the scene you're thinking it is, but I think it was in there.
It's like the drywall's all, or not the drywall, the stone that they're pillars that they're jumping off of. It's like
in like the lobby,
mm-hmm.
the green stone exploding. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Anyway,
it should be if it's not.
If it's not, somebody do a director's cut.
Fucked up. YouTubers out there, you're calling right there.
Anyway, what the hell was I saying? Yes, I want to get a powered cab. So, anyways, that's all to say.
Smack my bitch. That's what you were saying.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. So, I want to get a powered cab. So I'm like, okay, I'm selling some amps. Okay. And I've had one up, and it's been in my gigging amp for probably a couple of years, at least a year and a half. It's a 1x12 Rock Reverb Mark II from Orange, 50 watts with a V30 in there. It's pretty much all I've needed to do 4-cable method.
It was a sick amp.
And it sounded great. It was loud enough for everywhere that we played.
Yeah.
And still heavy as fuck.
Some say too loud.
No, still heavy as fuck. No, it was good because I had a pretty good volume range. But it just was too much. Like, I didn't need doubles.
Yeah, you have a bunch of amps already.
So I have a Rock Reverb 50 Mark II from Orange head version.
Yeah.
I don't need the combo version if I'm not going to be playing combos live. So I know. Okay.
It's cool. You collect it, dude.
So I sold it on Craigslist. Somebody hit me up. So I did the refresh or whatever on Craigslist. Somebody hit me up and was like, hey, is this available? Da-da-da. And I always like, oh, God damn it, is this a fucking scam? Because you always get that. And then you get the low balls. Or you get the whatever. The people who just are flakes. That's what I've been dealing with for a while. It's like the flakes. I'm like, I agreed on this price, which is lower than what I'm asking. Yeah. Like, and then you just ghost me?
Yeah, we worked out something, and then you're like,
we had a deal. Yeah. We had a deal, Kyle. But anyway, so this person like, okay, cool. I'll come over. I'm like, sure, it's fine, whatever. Cruise over. And the guy's like, okay. I was like, well, I'm on my way. I'm gonna come over. I'm like, I'll be there in half an hour. And I was just walking my dog as I was, listening to podcasts or whatever. And I saw a text. And I'm like, I was trying to hit you up because I'm like, okay, this person is gonna have to come over to hit the amp over at my parents' house. So I'm like, this guy's gonna have to come over and check it out. Not gonna drive or whatever to meet this person. Anyway, so I'm like, Kyle, you want to come over just in case this person wants to rob me? And then he can rob both of us?
Yeah, there you go.
Anyway, so I'm like, yeah, I know that's like just thinking of like, whatever. So the same thing how I went with you to go pick up stuff. I'm like, just to be another person.
Yeah. And
this person's going to have to get like crazy with 2 people instead of 1. Whatever. It's just like, I don't know, you can never be too certain with meeting people. So if you ever do that, listener, just, be careful meeting people online, even though how trustworthy you can think people are or whatever. Anyway, I was fucking trying not to scare people. But anyways, so that's like for me, I was like hitting up Kyle. So he came over and I'm like I'm like, this guy's taking forever. And I looked at his message and like, I'm going to be an hour and a half. I just saw half hour in my on the text. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. So he's like, he's driving a long way to get here.
Yeah.
And he showed up right on time pretty much. And so you got there in time. And then I'm like, okay, I had the amp set up. And he was like, came in and just kind of waltzed in and started talking. I'm like, he was an older gentleman.
It's weird. He pulled like right into the driveway.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a weird.
It's a weird move.
There was no other cars in the driveway, but he just like, whoop.
Yeah, rolled right into the driveway. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever done that.
Yeah.
I've always
even at like a friend's house.
Yeah, just park on park on the street. Anyway, so that's like, it was a weird one. I'm like, oh, the guy parked on the driveway. Okay, whatever. So he kind of walks in. He's brought his Strat over to try out the Rock Reverb. And he's like, okay, cool. He's playing. He's like, oh, I don't have a strap. He's like, oh, I'll just fucking sit on the amp. He's like, oh, man, I can't really play as well.
Can't really hear the amp.
Without a strap. And I'm like, I'll get you a strap. So I was able to like find one and give him a strap to play with his guitar. And the guy didn't know how to like, he complained about everything. He's like, I don't have a fucking strap to play this thing. I'm like, I'll get you one, I guess. And then he doesn't, it's like almost like, how do you not know how to set a strap? He set it to the shortest setting. Yeah. It's an Ernie Ball strap. So people know that little plastic buckle. You adjust it one way to make it shorter, adjust it the other way to make it longer. He adjusted it to the shortest. He's like, this strap is too short. I'm like, well, you are the one who adjusted it. And I'm like, adjust it longer. And he's like, oh, okay. So he did. He's playing and wailing and wailing and going and going and going and going and going. I'm like, yeah, is he ever going to stop? And he's checking both channels. He's checking the reverb. He's keep going and wailing and wailing and wailing, playing loud. I'm like, okay. He's like, oh man, I'm normally play tellies. And I'm like,
this doesn't sound as good as my son-in-law.
He's like, my son-in-law owns the same amp. It doesn't sound as good as his. I'm like, oh fuck.
But he also plays a telly.
And he also plays, yeah, exactly. And I'm like,
yeah, okay.
Fuck, man. I'm like, is he not going to? And he's like, this doesn't come with a foot switch. I'm like, no, I never used one. I'm like, they make them.
Yeah, it's like a dime a dozen.
Yeah, they're $20 to $30.
Yeah,
if you buy them new, $30, name brand. And he's like, I don't know. I'm like, oh man, is this guy not going to buy this thing?
We've drove been here all the way. He drove like,
I'm like, it's been maybe like 30 minutes of this guy fucking around on this thing. And I'm like, Kyle, you felt it as you were sitting there. It's like, this guy's like kind of like tire kicking like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
He's like,
and he had a story too.
He's like Ryu kind of kicking that like the cards. Like, da, 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 da. I'm like, is he just not going to buy this thing? Because I'm not going to just give it to him.
Yeah.
For free or like for like $200. And I'm like, and if he drove an hour and a half, I'm like, he's not going to buy this. He's not going to buy it. I kept thinking.
He's like, you ever heard of Earl Norman? Yeah, he's the second guitarist of that one band. You hear him? He plays one. It's pretty good.
No, he kept on talking about like other bands. And he kept on talking about names. Like, and it was like I had flashbacks to like to like the guy who came and said like, oh yeah, he was trying to buy my 900 and just blared it, and he was like, 800s are so much better. I'm like, oh fuck, this guy's saying like, yeah, I have a Mark V. It sounds really good. I'm like, oh my god. It's not even the like a Mesa Mark V is not even close to being the same thing. He's like, all right, cool, yeah, it's got its own characteristic. I'll would you do 850, which is $50 less than what I asked for? And I'm like, yeah, totally.
Yeah, get the fuck out though.
I was like, okay, cool. So he turned it off, and I'm like wrapping cables and I was like, yeah, man. It's like, so why are you selling it? I'm like, oh, I'm going because like he kept talking about like, oh, guitar tones and real amps and I'm like, I know a way to get him going. I'm like, no, I'm going digital. Yeah. Like I want to play with you ever heard of like Helix or whatever, or like Positive Grid, because you can play with an iPad on stage. And he's like,
oh fuck.
He's like, wow, really? You want to go that route? I'm like, totally, dude. I want to put my whole rig in my laptop case and play on stage. He's like, oh man. Wow. Okay. And he just wrapped up his cables real quick, grabbed the amp.
Another one bites the dust.
He's like, well, I mean, I don't think you're going to regret the whole digital thing, man. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, but I can put my whole rig on my phone even. Think about that. And he's like, all right, well, have a good one, man. And and then he got out of there because he wanted to talk more.
But yeah, I think he's like, I built this killer pedal board for my nephew, and then he just went straight digital. It was kind of a bummer. I'm like,
and that's when I heard that like that.
Ding!
I'm like, yeah, you can put your whole rig on an iPhone, bro.
Yeah.
And then he's like,
come on, bro.
And I was like, dude, you have your whole rig on your phone. And he's like, oh man, okay, well, I got to get out of here. All right, see you later, man.
Yeah, you made him feel uncomfortable after we felt uncomfortable.
Yeah, after he was talking for a long time and like, can you give me a strap?
You should check out this style of music. No, I'm not.
Can you adjust the strap for me? I'm like, oh, can you give me a telly? I'm like, no. Anyways, he ended up buying it, so I was kind of stoked. It was a big sale, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, some Skrill in your pocket.
Yeah, and then I took my dog to the vet and had to get X-rays.
Ooh.
So half of that went to him, but it was good to kind of get that going. Let's see. I did not finish Mario Galaxy.
Oh, come on!
I have not finished that yet, and I am back to work. I know,
you fucking failure.
Rumpus time for me is over.
You had all this fucking free time.
It's been
and you didn't accomplish anything.
I know, it's been I had 61 days off of work.
Damn.
Yeah. I did a lot, I would say.
61, that's a lot.
Mm-hmm. And I was like, I was one of the people that would say that I was never bored. There was never a time I was bored. Yeah, you see like people posting shit on like Facebook or Instagram or your friends like, I'm bored. I'm like, you're an adult. How are you bored?
Yeah.
I was like pulling weeds and like, this is good. I got 6 hours of doing this all day and listening to podcasts and music. I did something today.
Yeah.
Cleaning your shower. You ever clean that thing? That's a bitch sometimes. organizing your closet and fucking cleaning that up. And I don't know. It's like, to me, I'm like, yeah, it's a lot of good stuff. Cleaning your carpet. Have you ever done that?
Yeah, it's pretty nasty.
Yeah. So it's like stuff like that I would got done. And plus like working on videos and trying to learn on, learn like my Filmic Pro versus like my
versus Filmic Night.
Yeah, okay.
Every time you say Filmic, I think it's
yeah, learning the app to record on my phone and Final Cut Pro and stuff like that. I like how people like add Pro to things and make it like that's like yeah. Filmic Pro.
Shit. That's just
Final Cut Pro.
Isn't that just the baseline
shit.
still?
Yeah. Pro Tools. Oh shit. I'm woke. But yeah, I've been doing that. So I'm back to work. So kind of rumpus time is over for me. So I'm back to work full time. I work in a warehouse, so I'm kind of not dealing with customers so much. Anyways, I'm dealing with more like shipping, receiving stuff. So I'm getting back to work. So
nice.
This week will be the last of the bonus podcast episodes because I do not want to do more work. Yeah, I'm like saying that. It sounds shitty. Like this will be the last of like we have a Coach Schneider from Flippin' Flippers to round up the bonus episodes. I think I did 8 of them. It's cool. It was something to keep me busy, keep me going, a lot of fun stuff.
Yeah, they were great. I mean, I enjoyed them, and I didn't have to do anything. So.
Yeah, so I think I might make it maybe a bi-monthly thing. I might make it a Patreon thing. If you guys dug them, let me know what you liked, what you didn't like.
You should put them all on one track, so it's like all one episode.
So me
like 8 hours.
Oh yeah, okay. I mean, I don't know. If people want me to keep doing that, let me know. Maybe we'll figure out a schedule and timing to do that. But it is a lot more work as far as scheduling and stuff like that. Because I like the normal episodes, but I also like the bonus ones. They were fun too. So anyway, that's gonna stop. But that's kind of my what's new. I'm back to work. I'm back to the grind.
The honeymoon is over.
Yeah. Can't get drunk every day and play Mario.
Fuck.
Or I could. If I got a Switch and I like bought a couple Trulies to work, I could do that in the break room.
Those fucking lemonades, by the way.
Get some cargo pants and then go into like the bathroom for 2 hours.
Just fucking light up.
Like, oh wow, we should check on them, but social distance. I'm social distancing. Anyway, let's get some topics. What do you say?
Let's do it.
Okay, so I wanted to kind of loose topic, kind of back and forth or whatever. So
goosey topic.
Yeah, we've talked about people who are like fans of brands. Like,
yeah,
I'm not an ambassador or official or anything for this brand, but I'm going to act like I am. you know, like or you're just like a fan of something like a brand that like they do like. Almost anything that they do, you're like, yes, I like that a lot. Or it's not for me, but I can justify why they do that.
You're playing both sides of the fence.
Yeah.
I'm not buying that, but you know what? Good on you.
So like, the whole like, fanboys, fangirls of a brand.
Yeah.
So kind of have like a couple things to go off of that. But why, can you name any brands that you are a fan of? And like, why are you a fan of that brand?
No, I can't name any brands, Brian. I love Walrus.
Yeah, I kind of guessed that one. Why?
I just love the graphics, man.
Yeah. They legit are probably one of my favorites because like they make a lot of shit and it's all really good.
Yeah. And there are pedals still that I can critique and, like I guess that I don't want to get. Like was it that filter fuzz thing they did?
Yeah.
The Kangra. Like I don't really, it's not my, but it sounds really cool and what people are able to do with it, but it's still, I'm like, I don't want to do that. Mm-hmm. That does not sound fun to me.
Yeah, I would say all their fuzz pedals, I'm like, I'm not I have no interest.
Yeah. Jupiter fuzz. Mm-hmm. I have one fuzz, actually. I can't talk shit about all their fuzzes.
The Janus.
Yeah, the Janus pedal.
Janus.
So, and I like a lot of their pedals, but there are some that I'm probably not going to get just because I don't see myself playing them still, but do support them still.
Yeah, I mean, tremolo's great, as far as like modulation goes. Trem, phaser, chorus.
And then we also know I love MXR, but I think it's also the same boat. I think it's maybe I'm just prejudiced against fuzz pedals.
Yeah.
But they have their custom shop pedals, like the La Machine. I'm like,
And even
don't
like
really care.
like how many like Jimi Hendrix fuzz faces do you need?
God damn it. Yeah, that I look at that and go, really? You guys are really digging into that market. That's cool.
Another one, huh?
Oh shit, this one's got glow in the dark graphic though. So you probably should get it. So this one has the weird like crazy fluorescent graphic on it. This one is just like the regular graphic.
Yeah.
With a new graphic. Oh, well you have like 3 or 4 of those.
Yeah.
They're all fuzzes and they're all Jimi Hendrix faces on them.
Yeah, no, he played a Strat and he was influential. He played guitar with his teeth.
Yeah, it was before before guitar was guitar, man.
Yeah.
All right,
cool. All right,
good on you.
Make another fuzz, please.
Yeah. I guess, and I love Boss pedals.
Mm-hmm.
People think they're boring because they look boring, right?
Well, yeah, and you've always, I guess, like, yeah, Boss pedals cool. It's like kind of similar with MXR, with their utilitarian, and they just sound great. They work, if they do work. And you have been a fan for a long time of Strymon without owning them. Like in the past like 2 weeks, you became a Strymon owner.
Yeah, you know what? I'm pretty good now. I'm well established.
Yeah, well established. So I can speak to them really well. But I'm like, you've been a fan of them. Like, why would that draw you to a brand?
What would draw me?
Okay, I guess what would draw you to like that brand? I guess
Strymon.
Yeah,
I think that it just loaded with a bunch of different sounds.
It's got the clout.
Well, I think what really brought my attention first was watching some of my favorite bands play, which I'm a fanboy of them too, of the Deer Hunter, and seeing them use Big Sky and Timeline. I'm like, fuck. I mean, really, it was Big Sky. I didn't even know who Strymon was when I was watching, I think, that rig rundown a long time ago. And I'm like, that's cool, because now I know how he makes his sound.
Yeah,
basically.
because
I mean, how in quotation marks, I guess, because there's still a million sounds in that in that box. You don't know which one he's using, right? But I think once I realized, like, damn, most of his sound is coming from these 3 pedals. Obviously, he had a Strifecta.
Yeah, you know of what a Strymon is capable of.
Yeah, and you know. I wandered one ever since, and hearing them and seeing people what they're able to do with it, and I don't know, a fanboy from afar. Like one day, you know, I don't know. Well, what are some of your vices?
Not really vices, I would say, but it's like, okay, some like I'm kind of a fan of like like a fan of like brands because they work for me. They fit. Yeah. I mean, they Orange. Here's like, okay, here's a checklist for everybody. Take a drink. I mean, Orange, Fractal, Evertune, like Mono. Actually, like this is a really boring one, but I really like this company. It's like Mono gig bags.
Yeah.
They make awesome gig bags, and the people's like, well, they're expensive, but they work. They're awesome.
Yeah.
They're great. I'm like, I have that laptop one. I love that one. Every pocket for days, and I can put every type of thing that I need for recording in there, and like using it for mobile recording here if I need to do something, or going to NAMM. I have everything in there. I have my dongles for days because of course MacBook Pros have 4 Thunderbolt ports. That's it. That's all you get, Johnny.
What you getting?
They're powerful, but you need dongles if you're gonna USB it. Anyway. So I can put everything in that, and it's like it's safe. I know my MacBook is not gonna get just bent in half. No, I guess it could if somebody's gonna try and like rail slide on it. But it's like it's gonna be more protected than like say like a fabric bag that you get from like Target or something.
Yeah, or the stock one from Apple,
or the stock one that they do not give you from Apple. Yeah.
The one that's not really stock.
Yeah, for $2,000 that you pay for you get no case. Anyways, but I really dig that. And then their pedal board cases, they're fucking gig bags. I have one for bass and I have one for guitar, and I'm like, wow, they're great gig bags. They're awesome. I can fit all my guitars in the guitar one. I can fit both my basses, which are not very different. It's jazz bass or P bass. They both fit in that bass one, and it's perfect. I'm like, I can fit everything I need in there. It's awesome. It has the straps. It's nothing, backpack style or carrying it style, whatever. I mean, they're great. So like that's a boring one, but it's like obviously Fractal. I have owned 3 Fractal units, and I love all of them. I can stand for all of them. They have come out with new stuff.
Yeah.
But I can even speak to that. It's like, well, the reason why you would upgrade is because of this, because you have added this. Anyway, so I'm like, I like those brands. And as pedals go, I definitely dig Walrus, like you said, too. And even like Copper Sound and, Daredevil
Definitely.
and stuff like that. It's like they have really good products. Like, like Daredevil, it's like, I'm not a fuzz guy, but some of my favorite pedals of his are fuzz. Bass fuzz and the Northern Creeper, which it's a guitar fuzz pedal. And I'm like, all right, cool, I can get it. Or even with the boosts and stuff like that from Copper Sound, and then you have like the switches and all the crazy shit that you can do with like reverbs and chorus pedals that he has.
Yeah, his Daedalus and his Polaris. And crazy Foxcatcher.
Yeah, they sound great. And so like
Loma Prieta, I'm gonna name all of them.
Yeah, really, really cool stuff. And so you're a fan of that, and then just the people behind it too.
Yeah.
So that's kind of another thing. It's like, say the bigger companies that I named, like as far as Mono and Fractal and stuff like that, I don't know anybody, and they, Senpai has not noticed us as far as that goes, but I still like them. But as far as like smaller, still like they're moving some weight around. Copper Sound and Daredevil. It's like we know those guys, and they're crushing it. They're really cool. They're easy to talk to. They care about their fucking products. So that's why I like those brands. So. Is that something for you too? Because you had mentioned only kind of bigger ones.
I don't know. I think when I find a product that I really like, I stick behind them. I mean, when I'm building it in quotations again, when I'm parting guitars, there are certain brands I stick really close to. Obviously, like Warmouth.
Yeah.
And
because they just
Spurzl
work.
Yeah, and they're great, and they don't do any modification. And
But yeah, I mean, like, why? Why are you into these brands? So not only because they work, is it just because some of their like aesthetic and their look and their like?
I think
the culture behind the brand. Is that
it could be that too,
or even the owners.
Well, like it's boring, but Warmouth. I don't know who the fuck runs that company.
Yeah,
I just know that they're there, and it's an easy process if you want to get a neck. You can either custom make one. Or you can this is the one that closely fits what I want, or this is exactly what I want, and it'll be here in like 2 weeks.
Yeah. And I think we've also kind of talked about it. I think we may have touched on it on the Patreon. It's like sometimes these brands, the owners or whatever, they're their personality. So like Wampler, JHS, Kiesel, whatever, Paul Reed Smith, that's his fucking name. It's like the people. And you're like, that's either a good or bad thing. But I'm like, that sometimes can be a good thing. It's like, oh, this guy is kind of quirky and fun.
I think most of the time it is a good thing. Because it makes you want to be a part of their culture.
Yeah, totally.
You see their posts on Instagram, you other people or what they're experiencing, and you're like, I kind of want to be a part of that. Or I bet I could do better than I can make that sound for me.
Yeah, totally. And it's like, they kind of display it in a way of like, this is what went behind it. So it made you go and kind of see that. So anyways, so that was all that to say. It's like, okay, it's like something I've noticed. It's like sometimes people get out of brands real quick.
Yeah, there's that too. You get too close to the sun,
Yeah, is there I don't know.
Because when it comes down to it, you still want to sound better yourself. Not that I'm gonna suck it up, I'm gonna cry through this, and because I still buy their product. But I think sometimes it's like you're getting too far invested. I think taking things personally.
Fandom and I don't like a better phrase, like hate-dom of things can go. They go so extreme.
Yeah,
and I don't sit on either end of that. I just ride the middle, I guess. Because I'm like, I don't hate brands, and I don't love brands as much. Because if somebody says oh, I don't like Fractal, I'm like, cool, more for me.
Yeah, or someone's like, oh, I don't like what this guy does in his personal life, so I don't want to buy it. I'm like,
that's fine.
Seriously,
cool.
Well, whatever you just said isn't really that bad. And it's not illegal, and he's not making you do something illegal. So
you just don't like that guy's personality.
You just want to make a stance. You just want to signal, put your signal out.
This is how I feel because of this one instance. I didn't actually ever do anything. I'm just talking about this.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know.
Didn't happen to me.
Yeah.
But it can happen to you.
We didn't, I don't know. There wasn't really an end goal with that topic. I just wanted to talk about it. I'm like, why are you fans of certain things? I was thinking about that was the joke. I think I made a meme about it. I'm like, why am I a fan of these certain things? I think I just they work for me. And that's what work and we said it before. It's like, if something doesn't work for somebody one time, they are totally against that brand. That's what I wanted to say. People are hate brands because it's like, oh yeah, this tuner slipped one time. Fuck Spurzls.
Well, I I like Spurzels.
And then they're like, well, I mean, did you ever contact them to see if they could replace it or fix it?
Yeah.
No. But you like burn that company down to the ground. I'll go on Gear Talk and every other page just to say how shitty they are.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I didn't really have an end goal with that topic. And this next one too, there's no real like end goal with this. There's no hard stamp. Give me our top 10. We're gonna run down the list. Next topic I have here is like, okay, so just in your head, think you got invited to go to a studio with a competent, like a pro studio.
Yeah.
Like gear, analog shit, all the stuff that you can kind of think of. And then an engineer who's totally capable to do whatever you want. And you are just come here for 2 weeks to create. Kyle McIntyre.
Yeah.
So it's not plain. What are you bringing? Are you just hopping on the plane and just going there? Or
my own gear, right?
Yeah, gear that you and I own.
Okay.
Maybe even Johnny, because you could probably ask him like, hey, can I borrow this? You're getting on a plane, you're going. What are you bringing?
Flips gears. No, bitch.
Within reason, it's like you got to kind of go somewhere like real quick. What are you bringing? You maybe bring a guitar, maybe a bag with some pedals.
All right, let's start with guitars.
And what are you creating?
I'm doing my synth stuff.
So yeah. So you're going to put take that 2 weeks. You can do as many songs as you can crank out in 2 weeks, as much music as you want.
Yeah. So I'm taking my P bass.
Okay.
I've been adding like a layer of like an electric bass to the background, or sometimes floating that up a little higher into the foreground of the music. And I really like what I've made.
Yeah.
It sounds more 80s, I guess.
Yeah.
But better. Some of the 80s music sucks dick, you know?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Okay, maybe not.
I don't know. I guess I don't know. I guess sometimes it can sound thin.
Yeah, exactly. And I think what's cool is like with these modern day sounds is it's more bolstered. You could like
where you getting these crazy sounds, man?
Yeah, I got these big ideas. No, so I would take the P bass, and I would take the Super Strat, take the Seafoam.
Okay, you can get like a.
Oh yeah.
Take both of them on.
Oh yeah. I don't think I would need to bring I would assume they would have a keyboard there, but yeah. I don't think I would need to bring my mini log.
Because you're kind of using your mini log as like a MIDI controller.
Yeah.
But like they would have something for
Hopefully.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, a fully fledged studio you'd think they would have.
Oh, yeah.
So think about it. They would have like random amplifiers. Good ones, but random ones. So it's like they could have a Plexi there. Have you ever played one? No. And then it's like they could have like a AC30.
I played one of those.
And then like they could have like
I don't know how to dial it in.
a Twid reverb. They could have like all these bassman stuff like that. So they would have good stuff around there. But like as far as keyboard, you're like I'm sure they would have one totally.
Yeah,
and that's not something you're like concerned with. Like what about like you're bringing both stringed instruments as far as bass and guitar? What pedals would you bring?
I'd probably bring the Strymon pedals. Duh.
I'll figure them out in the studio.
I'll figure it out on the plane.
You're 2 weeks in on both, and you're still like, "Whoa, okay, cool. We'll peel the wrapper off. Let's start digging in."
So I'd bring the Timeline, the Big Sky. Probably bring some chorus pedals. Is there like a weight limit to this stuff?
I don't know. Within reason.
Definitely. I'd probably bring all my overdrive pedals I have.
Okay. Do pick 2 or 3.
Oh, God damn it. Okay, 385. I need a Klon style. So either the Sugar Drive or maybe the Honton. Maybe Blue Box. Just to, that's not
like overdrive. A fuzz, crazy kind of fuzz. Yeah.
Yeah. And then probably Johnny's got some filtered pedals. I'll probably bring some filtered pedals. He's got like the Dwarfcraft one. Can't remember the name of it, but it's like a blue one. I still have it here. So yeah,
it's right in the cabinet there. We don't know the name of it, but yeah,
probably my Boss pedals, like the chorus.
And the DM2,
yeah. I'd bring those just to, I guess, for analog delays, just for like simple delays. Fuck. I have so many.
That's
pedals.
what it's like. Okay, say one more pedal.
Tremolo. I'd probably bring the Monuments pedal.
Yeah, Walrus.
Yeah.
Definitely like a walrus, a Strymon heavy. You don't even play praise. You don't even play praise and worship.
When I'm in here, I'm worshiping myself.
Worshiping my fucking tone.
Yeah, I don't know. What about you? I guess.
Yeah, I would. I guess I was saying like, oh, I bring one, but I'm like, yeah, you said 2 instruments, so I'm gonna bring 2. I'm gonna play my pink Les Paul, just because like that's the one, and then I'd probably go your Super Strat as well.
All right. All right.
You know what? It's not even mine, but yeah, probably the Super Strat, or maybe even just your Telly.
Someone seems jealous.
Just because like it has so many more options. I actually do really like my Jazzmaster, so fuck. You know, I'll probably say my Jazzmaster.
You can bring more than 2 guitars.
No, I'm just gonna say 2 because I'm like you don't want to get stupid with it. So I'd bring my pink Les Paul, and I'd bring my Jazzmaster. Let's say I bring my Jazzmaster.
All right.
So I got that, and then as far as pedals go, like amps, I wonder, like, weight limit wise, I would want to bring my 80-30.
Okay.
But let's just say, like, I can bring it. I'm going to say 80-30. And pedals, I would probably bring a lot of drive as well.
Yeah, I would want to bring, like, all of them.
Sweet Honey, for sure. I would bring the Canalia, just because it's so different than anything else. Let's see. I would bring probably Sir Riot, just because it's like, you know what? No, I wouldn't need that. But I would bring the Foxcatcher, because I think we mentioned Copper Sound before, but it's like a blues breaker plus the boost. So I bring that. And then as far as like modulation goes, I just need a phaser. So I would bring my Whirlwind orange box. I'd bring the Julia. And then delays. I guess just carbon copy.
Dang.
Just the regular carbon copy.
You want some basic delays.
Yeah, I can bring carbon copy mini just for space in the bag.
Space.
And then reverbs. Oh, fuck. That's a tough one.
FRV1, maybe?
I could. You know what? I still have
Close
it.
Spring.
RJ, I haven't given it back to him. I would probably bring the Collider.
All right.
Because you get all the reverbs and delays in there too. So that's what I would bring. Just because I'm like, I need to have all the different sounds. To me, like, these crazy sounds, man. And notice I never said any fuzz because I'm like,
Yeah. I would bring, well, to me, the blue box isn't really a fuzz to me.
It's like an effect.
Yeah.
To you, right? It's like octavey, kind of like pitchy.
It doesn't. It's just, to me, it's like a different ballpark. It's like people say it's a fuzz. It's a glitch, not glitchy, but it's very video gamey.
Mm-hmm.
And I might want to have a bridge or something with some weird sounds.
Yeah. To me, I'm like, I guess I would just write like, I don't know, basically like kind of a plain record without you or Brian. If that was the thing, I was like, this would be pop punk or rock. I might try and like, but it would just be like, to me, like, it's all just overdrive sounds. That's my biggest thing, is just an overdrive sound. I need it to be there. And like, I never do crazy sounds really. So even like phasers, I don't really use that a lot for recordings. Even though I use it a lot live, I don't use them for recordings. It's like once I record like a phaser or like a really crazy modulation sound, or like even just not even crazy, but just a modulated sound, I'm like, nah, this ain't it, chief. Which is weird because I can do that for live, but for recording it's totally different. Do you ever like think about that? How like, you know, bands have recorded sounds versus live sounds?
And they sound different, but it still works.
And that they use different tones even. Like, you know, this person uses a wah or delays and stuff like that on live, but they don't use it on a recording. That's like me. I don't like using a whole lot of delays or like phasers.
So you're the opposite though.
Mm-hmm. For like,
so in the studio, you don't want to use that stuff.
But for live, I'm like, I think I use that for like covering up my shit.
Okay.
But yeah, anyways, that's probably what I would do.
Sounds like we're getting somewhere.
Or I don't know. It would be really cool just to go somewhere and have somebody like just use somebody else's stuff. We had some friends who I think they I can't remember what engineer they recorded with. They paid a lot of money to record an album, which was cool.
I remember the person's last name.
I don't either.
That was Green.
Ryan Green.
I think so.
He'd recorded a lot of like punk bands or whatever. Friends recorded with them, and it cost a lot of money. And they basically flew out there, stayed with him for 2 weeks, and the guy told him, do not bring anything. Use all my stuff. And that's weird to use somebody else. Like, don't use your own guitar. He's like, I'll use my guitars. I'm like, don't use my own amp. Nope, use mine. And it sounded good. It just like did not sound $25,000 good.
Yeah, it was more than that, but yeah.
Yeah, but Anyway, so this is just another like random topic. I don't know. I didn't know where to go with this, but let's get on out of here. What do you say?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. We're going to bring this in for a landing. We just circled around a lot. We never actually
holding
really
pattern forever
for an hour. But it was good. I don't know. It's always good to have these talking to my buddy. Yeah. So, but yeah, so we really didn't have any clear topics and any like end goals with those, but I love those. I like it. But thank you for tuning into the Tone Jerks podcast. If you like what you hear, you can follow along on social media. We have a Facebook group. Just search the Tone Jerks and you'll find us. And then, if you want to follow along on Instagram, we're at the Tone Jerks. And if you want to leave us a review on iTunes or Apple Podcasts, whatever it's called, it will really help us out. I think it kind of helps people find the show or whatever, the more reviews that we have. But hopefully 5 stars. And if you write something down and iTunes posts it or Apple posts it, we will read it. Yeah. We will read it on the air.
We'll do our best.
We have a new one in.
Yeah.
And I already know who this is from because I kind of strong-armed Derek from the Tone Control into doing this. He left a really nice review for something on Copper Sound, like one of their pedals, and I was like, man, you wrote that really well. You should write one for our podcast. Wink, 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 nudge, 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 kick, 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 come on. And he's like, okay.
Did you hear his sigh through your text message?
He's like, yeah, I mean, you wrote one for ours years ago. Okay.
25 words, that's all I'm doing for you.
Yeah. It's like, the rest you got to pay me.
Yeah.
So, anyways, he wrote a really cool one.
All right. So, this one is, they're not actually jerks.
How many?
5 stars.
5 stars. There
Calm
we go.
down over there. All right.
Hopefully
Chomp at the bit.
Hopefully you left 5 stars.
Yeah.
If he wrote a review and gave us 1, that'd be the move.
All right. It says, Brian and Kyle run a tight ship over there.
So I always thought it was tight shift. So I've been saying it wrong.
You have been. Was this at work?
The dumb motherfucker.
All right. These guys have such a great time talking about music, guitar things. It's hard to not feel like you're in the room with them. I love hearing about Kyle's pedal collection. Will it ever end? I hope not. Oh, you might get your wish there.
I think I need to get a Mobius.
No, you have to buy that, okay? I bought 2/3. It's only fair.
I have to buy jack shit.
That is true.
Good call.
Oh, shit, I didn't think about that. And Brian's insane fractal /orange /2 notes rig. Is that really insane? I mean,
to me it sounds like it's, easy going.
Yeah. The jerks know their stuff and exhibit it with candor and humility. Okay. All right. I don't listen as much as I should.
Banned.
But yeah. All right. Why am I doing this? No, but every time I do, it's a blast. Keep it up, boys. All right. That was nice.
Nice. Yeah. I'm like, oh, you wrote a really nice review. So, yeah, go check out the Tone Control podcast and you should leave them reviews. So
I probably should do that now.
But yes, the listener, if you like their show and you like our show, listen, we really do think it helps people find out more about or more on the podcast. Like it ranks it higher. I don't know.
I don't know how that actually works.
It's also just fun to read reviews.
It is. I love doing that. It's fun.
Yeah. But if you really like the show, you can help support us on Patreon for as little as $1 a month. But if you double down for $2 a month, you get an extra episode every week. We're at over 120, 125. I think we're close to like being even with the main episodes. With bonus episodes, we have a shit ton of them. So if you like this and you want more of this, there's hundreds of hours. Probably like at least not hundreds. There's 100 of hour
and a half.
100 of hour. That's the best way to say it. There's probably
the worst way to say it.
No, it's the dumbest way. I painted myself in a corner. But anyways, there's a lot of episodes over on the Patreon feed. $2, you get an RSS feed. Put that on your favorite podcatcher. You can listen to all those. But just for the support, we wanted to give you guys a shout out, a sizable acknowledgement. Kyle, you got a list? Give it
I got it
to me.
So I rewrote everything. So I did everyone. I flipped everyone around.
No, you did.
Andrew Walsh. We've done this joke before. Adam Rohr from the Let Him Hear podcast. Doug King.
And same old frayed ass list. It has like your.
I know. Literally a piece of paper just came off of this.
You're like greasy, like.
Is it greasy?
Yeah, your beer stains on it. You use it as a coaster. Can't even read people's names.
I know. Fuck. Doug Gann, Doug Christ, Abe Newman, Michael Newman, Aaron Taylor, Nicholas Ogburn, Nicholas Payson, Colin Smith, Jason Fuzzmonger.
What we need to do is you need to get like a stone and etch their names in so that they cannot.
Oh yeah, you
quit Patreon.
I don't think that's how that would work.
Oh wait, yeah, you're right.
Written in stone.
Sorry, you can't quit.
Joe from Like My Pedals. It's Joseph from Like My Pedals.
And just to keep you busy too. But yeah.
Yeah, that would take forever. When you see like people write their names into like rocks and cliffs, like, what did you use for that?
Or carve their name into a tree.
Yeah, well, okay, use like a pocket knife for that. But like, how do you do that when like you go to the beach and you see someone did it on like the rocks? It's like, how long were you sitting there?
Yeah.
Did you bring a chisel with you?
Waves just crashing on them.
Yeah, exactly. Joseph from Like My Pedals, Will, and RJ from the Just Surprise Me podcast. What are you laughing at?
That's like, why did you bring this?
Oh, we gotta just plug my nose.
Everyone's like, we got Just Surprise Me podcast. Oh, blah, 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 blah.
And then back into my regular voice. I'm talking to you, and then whoa, so we got a Ramyorn.
Oh my god, we got Ramyorn.
You're the background dude on the traffic radio station.
Like the helicopter guy. We got a
looks like the KFI sky.
Ramyorn in the sky.
Yeah. Jamie Davis, Jim Bowers, Johnny Ray, Steve Mike, Steve Rao from 60 Cycle Hum.
Oh, Steve, you crazy for this one.
Kevin E. Quits from E. Quits Guitars, Co Schneider from the Flippin' Flippers podcast, Brett Alexander, Alvaro Viramontes, Brian from Nutter Guitars, Leon from Pelican Noiseworks, Abe Froman, Sausage King Chicago, Sean Fahey, Sean Arbo from Gun Street Wiring Shop, Sean Wright from Lollygagger Effects, Juan Ortiz from Tone Hungry Effects, Mike Oxbig, Zach Hale, and Eric Merrow from YouTube.
Yeah, he like, not to like always like, you know, talk him up, but he does some really cool video. Oh, he did this really cool video that he posted today. I'm gonna see if I can post it in the group about how to record videos, like a easy breakdown on how to do it, and like what the hell like frames per second is, your focus, your auto, whatever, like the light balance and shit like that, or white balance, I guess, or whatever. But anyways, the hell Kelvin.
Sounds like you need to watch the video.
I watched
stop,
it, and
stop. I watched it again.
I watched it and I legit learned stuff. I'm like, wow, some stuff I was doing like correctly by mistake.
All right.
And I didn't know what I was doing. I basically push buttons to figure out. But yeah, it's really cool. So if you want to start your own YouTube videos, start watching Eric's channel because he does like tutorials.
That's cool.
Really is helpful. So anyway.
All right. Well, we appreciate everything. Thank you so much.
Yeah. All right, let's get out of here.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.